Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Hey, before we get into the OMG fact for the day, just a reminder that those pests are back in town for the next 3 months. Yes, the legislature gavels in at noon today, grabbing all of the best tables at all of the best restaurants and bars. As for that fact, if you're driving at 55 miles per hour and decide to take a look at a text, by the time you're done, you will have traveled the length of a football field. Think about that for a minute. Anyhow, let's get into the news, shall we? Anne Arundel County is still feeling the impact of the snow, with schools, senior centers, libraries, and the Anne Arundel Community College all closed today, and local governments heading in a bit later than normal. Public works crews in Annapolis do continue to clear streets, aiming to make emergency routes, connectors, and neighborhood roads all passable within 3 days after the snow stopped falling. Residents are urged to shovel sidewalks and can report missed snow removal via the city's Report a Problem portal at annapolis.gov. Meanwhile, free parking in the city garages has been extended until 11 a.m. today. Officially, the city received 9.5 inches of snow, which is the most in 24 hours since 2022. The Baltimore Symphony Orchestra is going to wrap up its Music for Maryland tour right here in Annapolis, and that tour was launched in 2022 with the successful goal of performing in all of Maryland's 24 jurisdictions. St. John's College is going to host the symphony on January 14th, offering a pay-what-you-wish ticket option. Program highlights include works by Haydn, Elgar, and Sousa. Longtime Capital Gazette reporter Bill Wagner has been named the National Sports Media Association's Maryland Sports Writer of the Year. This is a big deal. Wagner, who has covered Navy athletics since 2001, was recognized for his in-depth reporting, including breaking stories and profiles of athletes. Wagner described his Navy football coverage as a, quote, 6-month grind, and expressed pride in his ability to consistently deliver accurate and timely stories. This is so well-deserved. The man churns out content every single day and puts together a weekly podcast, 2 during football season. Congrats to Wags. A new poll shows that most Marylanders oppose tax increases to address the state's $3 billion budget deficit. Well, duh. The poll, conducted by Gonzalez Research and Media Services, revealed that 63% of the respondents are against raising taxes, favoring alternative measures such as spending cuts. However, most were in favor of increased taxes if they went to services and not to solve a problem created by politicians. I'm down with that. As we all know, Thursday, January 9th, has been declared a National Day of Mourning for former President Jimmy Carter, who passed away on December 29th at age 100. Federal agencies, the New York Stock Exchange, and the NASDAQ will close in observance, while President Joe Biden does deliver the eulogy at Carter's State Funeral in Washington. Carter's body will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol through Thursday morning. Most public schools will remain open, as will banks, though military schools operated by the Department of Defense will close. Up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we're talking about libraries, and not the Anne Arundel County Public Libraries. Although they are great, we're going to be talking to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. That's going to drop at noon on Saturday, as long as I get my button gear and edit it all up. And by now, you do know the drill. Please let your friends, neighbors, and colleagues all know about our daily news recap email. It's free. It comes to your inbox every night at 7 p.m. and is going to keep you up to speed on all of the top local news stories. And it's paywall free. I've got a link right here for you in the show notes. All right, let's put this puppy to bed with a quick thank you to you and also to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Scout and Molly's. So now you just need to hang tight because we have your Eye on Annapolis weather coming up, and Bridget, also known as BeeprBuzz, is back with Annapolis After Dark, her first in 2025. All of that's coming up for you in just a bit, so stick around.
Hi, I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate Scout Molly's, this amazing little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center, and we're here to help. Whether you are shopping for the beautiful ladies on your holiday list or for yourself, we have something stunning for every occasion, from casual to black tie. From the Parade of Lights to New Year's Eve, we have the perfect outfit for every event this year. Scout Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thank you for shopping local.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel. Hey, before I get started on the weather, for those wondering what kind of hallucinogenics I was on before yesterday's forecast, I have no idea. Somehow I was rambling on about highs near 50, and I have no excuse to go with my no idea. Sorry about that. That's why we need George here. But right now, here is a much more accurate outlook for Anne Arundel County over the next few days. Today, you can expect cold temperatures with a mix of sun and clouds. Highs will reach around 34 degrees, with lows dipping to 21. You want to keep an eye on the forecast as a disruptive snowstorm is possible this weekend. Tomorrow, the sun does make a more prominent appearance, though it remains chilly. Highs near 33 and lows around 22. It'll be a breezy day, so you want to make sure you hold on to your hats. Friday, clouds will increase throughout the day, leading to a high of 34 degrees and a low of 25. No need for sunglasses on Friday. But looking ahead, there is chatter about a significant snowstorm approaching this weekend. Details are still unfolding, so you want to stay tuned for updates. And I was chatting with George from DCMDVA Weather yesterday, and God, man, I really do miss him. But he said to expect something in the 2 to 4 inch range on Saturday. So we'll see. Stay warm and plan accordingly.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
The music scene in Anne Arundel County is popping, and sometimes it's hard to sort through it all. From blues to pop, from funk to ska, BeeprBuzz has it all covered for you in this week's Annapolis After Dark.
Good morning, Annapolis. I'm back. BeeprBuzz here with your Annapolis After Dark weekend music highlights for Wednesday, January 8th through Sunday, January 12th. Go to the socials for Annapolis Streaming and BeeprBuzz, and also all 3 websites for the full schedule. We update the Facebook posts and all websites with changes and cancellations so you know before you go. AnnapolisStreaming.com, AnnapolisMusic.us, and BeeprBuzz.com. Live music for today, Wednesday. Start with a happy hour that will last as long as he plays at Brian Baru with Nate Finn. Or with the classical music happy hour at 49 West with Pam Godfrey, Paula Swirlish, and Katie McCarthy. Also tonight at 49 West, a Songbird Showcase with Julie from Sweet Lita, Cameron May, Asnith Rose, Heather Britt, and Lexi Melendez. Also tonight, the Beat List with Scott Voorhees will be at the EDC and the MRE. You must be a member or a guest of a member to attend. Ryan Cozell is back at Middleton Tavern. Mike Cure will be at Stan and Joe's on West Street. Rich Muscari will be at Galliano's up in Gambrills and Wall Chapel. And under my other things to do listed at the bottom of each day, open mic night with Hurricane Kevin up at Firm Brewing in the Crofton Gambrills area. Thursday, get to the point for Aiden Ewald up in Arnold. And close by, catch Mike Sharp at O'Loughlin's, also in Arnold. Up in Medina, Nate Finn will be at Primo Pasta Kitchen in Pasadena. And under my other things to do listed at the bottom of each day, open mic night hosted by Bob Quinlan will be at Copper Creek, which used to be Shooters in Severna Park. Weekend music, Friday, start with happy hour with Dana B at Blackwall Hitch, or with Joe Bryan up at Twain's Tavern in the Pasadena Severna Park area. There's a rare performance by Future Country at 49 West. And Mike Cure will be at Reynolds Tavern, also in Annapolis. Route 50 will be at the American Legion, Post 226 in the Edgewater, Mayo area. This event is also open to the public. Also Friday night, Ben Heemstra will be at Langways in the Crofton area. Radio City will be at Ramshead Roadhouse in Crownsville. Viands and Company will be at Mother's in Arnold. Brian Ewald and Aiden Ewald will be at Brian Baru in Severna Park. And up in Medina, Meerkat Nation will be rocking the Irish pub next door in Pasadena. Saturday, Dan Healy will be at Reynolds Tavern. Matt Heat will be making their debut at Blackwall Hitch in Annapolis. DJ Veritas will be at Chart House in the Annapolis Eastport area. Nate Finn will be at Ramshead Tavern on West Street. Rickshaw Lizard will be at Eastport Democratic Club, but you must be a member or a guest of a member to attend. George Jano and the Fields will be at Mother's in Arnold. Lauren and Rusty Duo will be at Brian Brew in Severna Park. Brent Austin Dunn is back at Blackwall Barn and Lodge in Gambrills. Brian Ewald and Aiden Ewald will be at the White Oak Tavern in Ellicott City. And the Slugs will be at Stan & Joe's on West Street after the game. Over on the shore, Steve Dunn will be at Bridges in Graysonville. Sunday Fun Day, Heartwood will be at Manor Hill Brewing in Ellicott City. Brandon Kennedy, known as the Wandering Bard, will be at Galway Bay. And end the night with Michael Miller at Stan & Joe's on West Street after the game. Remember, these are just the highlights. Find the full schedule of music for all of Annapolis and the surrounding areas on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook event and on the websites AnnapolisStreaming.com, AnnapolisMusic.us, and BeeprBuzz.com, spelled BeeprBuzz. Add the websites to the homepage on your cell phone, and then they become an app. Then it's just 2 clicks to the music anytime. I'll see you out there.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.